I spent $36,304 worth of Frost Stars in Whiteout Survival in 166 days. I'm trying to play as an efficient whale, but lately I've just been playing as a whale. I'm going to be bringing my budget back down, but I said that for May, I'm still going to, I need to get through this SvS. I put a bunch of money into the account already. I might as well just continue to whale out for a little bit, and then I'm going to reset my strategies, probably next week or the end of May. Definitely by June. But, let's have a little bit more fun tonight, shall we? Because I loaded up some more Frost Stars in the account. Speaking of which, I just wanted to highlight to you, see this little 5% bouncing above my head? They have a special top-off reward going on right now. You get an extra 5%. On top of that, if you use my link, if you see the video description, there'll be a link in there that has an affiliate code embedded in it. And if you use my link to go to the official store, it doesn't cost you anything more, and it just gives me some Frost Stars as a result. So if you're going to do it anyways, go ahead and use my link. And do it while they got this 5% bonus. That's what I like to do is I load up on them when they're running the 5% bonuses, and then I wait until I see those bonuses come again, because it's kind of, a way to get the extra Frost Stars, and anything helps, right? But while we're in here, let's take a look at what we got. We got the custom armament chest, and this is all about, for me, it's going to be all about the Lucky Hero Gear chests, because I'm really blocked on Mythic right now. And as much as I don't want to be spending a lot, and I'm going to be trying to get back to a budget, since this is my one last time I'm doing it, and I had some account goals as a creator tonight, there's some things I had my heart set on doing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy this out for Lucky Hero Gear chests. Now, there are other ways in the game to get Lucky Hero Gear chests at better and better rates. These are not bad, though. This isn't a bad way to get them. So look, I'm getting 36 Lucky Hero Gear chests for $10. That's, a rate of 3.6 per dollar. Not bad, because usually you get them for something more like 2.4 or something like that, if I recall. But of course, there are events that give you even substantially more than that. But as a way to have something on, a regular event that comes up all the time, this is a way to get them in bulk. And that's what it comes down to. When you want to get stuff in bulk, there's only so many ways to do it. You can go to the regular shop, but it's super expensive there. And you can wait for these special deals where they get, these are decent deals. And then you can wait for the really good deals, but those come even less frequently. So I said I'm going to be spending a bunch tonight. There we go. Got that done. The custom pet chest, I'm going to wait on a little bit more. Now, troops training. I'm going to put a couple of these in the bank just because this is what you guys want to see. You want to see troops push tonight. I'm going to only go up to the $20 mark. That's it. And I don't want to be spending on troops ever again. I'm doing it this time because y'all wanted me to. Tech research, I'm going to grab a couple of these. Not too much, so just up to the $10 mark, just to have some more of that. And the fire crystal energy, I'm going to grab that up to the $20 mark. Again, this is just because I planned on doing that. It's because they're hard to get in bulk. So let me, this isn't, it's just what it is. It's $7 per dollar there, but they're hard to get in bulk elsewhere. So grab the daily deals. I got a little lucky on that this time. And then I'll make my claims. And I'm going to have to top this one off now. I'm going to have to top off the rest of them soon too. So I'll just leave that like that for now. And we may have to end up going to the regular pack tonight. We'll see if I need the extra mithril. We're going to have to see. That's what we got going on there. Again, it is State of Power, and today is the, they call it Hero Development Day, but you can do charms as well. I did my big charms push yesterday. The other things we can do is definitely hero development. So we're going to be doing that today, a lot of that. Essence Stones and exclusive gear and mithril. And like I said, we're definitely going to be doing the troops as well today. So that's all we got here really of note. If you just take a look at the schedule quick, Frosty Fortune is going to be wrapping up. We don't have anything really notable on the schedule other than the castle battle coming up, Alliance Showdown, things like this. So that's all we got on the event schedule. Take a look at the deals section. I'm going to continue to get Vault of Enigma, and probably I'll end up going Chief on this, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to see what I need by tomorrow. And let's see, let's just clear some of these claims, get these out of the way while I'm in here. All right, and let's see, that's all we got for the deal section. Now we do have Myriad Bazaar, and here's the thing. This is one of those opportunities. Look, this is $8 per dollar right there for the Frost Stars alone, but then you also get hero gear material with it. Or we can go with the chief gear. Now, I've already calculated what I need for my chief gear push that I wanted to get done this SvS, and I have what I need. And even if I wanted to push it farther, this would put a lot in the tank. It does, if you get up to the higher amounts here, you can put quite a bit in the tank. But the thing is, I've been trying to push my hero gear, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. So I'm going to do this for the hero gear path because that's what I want. That's what I want to push tonight. So, and I'm going to do this, I think pretty much all the way up to get all this extra hero gear. Because I'm not going to be spending like this for quite a while unless I plan for it in the future. So I figured, why not do one more splurge? And look at all the, by the way, you know, look at all the fire crystals and stones, although stones, you know, they're hard to get in bulk, but you do get them over time. And lucky hero gear chests, like I'm putting quite a bit of these in the bank. So we pay for that, and then we get these for free. So just consider it as all as part of the same. And now, you know, another $100, and we're going to get some more hero gear chests. So I'm going for it. We're getting the fire crystals at 8 per dollar. We're getting the hero gear chests. And at this point, the crossover kind of changes. Like, do I really want to get additional, you know, 100 lucky hero gear chests, you know, and the fire crystals? So this is like 300 fire crystals, a bunch of speed ups. But really the big bonus here becomes the mythic decoration, which is nice to a degree, but, you know, you get diminishing returns here as well, as you can see. So, it kind of like the mix changes. So you're going from, actually, yeah, the mix kind of changes. You get less island components here and more fire crystals at this last one, and you still get the 100 lucky hero gear chests. But I think at this point, I think I'm done with this for now. Let's see, you know, I think we're done with this for now, unless I really, really need an extra 100, but I can always pop up do the pop-up pack as well. So probably that's the best thing to do there, because the island components just get super expensive for not a lot of stats. So I'm trying to still be a little efficient here. So now let's get into Frosty Fortune. And oh, you know what? For Frosty Fortune, I'm going to have to do a little bit of the speed ups and troops. So let's just do one round of that quickly. And I do have the presidential, just to show you here, I do have the presidential buffs on. So I got the Minister of Education and I got the Mobilize going. So we'll come in here and we'll just speed up around to this, around to that. I'm probably going to go for a 2-to-1 ratio between infantry and marksmen tonight. And I probably could use a little bit of lancers. So I'll just leave this like this for now. Train that. And train this. Okay. And I'll just leave that for that right now. Come back to Frosty Fortune and clear these. I didn't need to do that much, but I'm going to be doing troops tonight anyway, so. All right, now that's the treasure drill hunt, and then we'll come into Frosty Fortune, which this is the last day. And what I said I'm doing is I'm going to buy this up to $20, and I'm just going to play the free ones, because I don't really need a crazy push on the pets right now. And from what I understand, the value gets better over time, so might as well kind of save them up and use them for another event later. Unless I need to unlock the Thorns of Enigma here. So this is, let's see. Yeah, so, I'm going to roll the dice on this one. It's 4 silver chests, but I've had decent luck with that. Well, I didn't have decent luck with it this time, but all right, let's see. All right, I'll do it again. All right, that was better. That was better luck this time. All right, now grab these. Yeah, I don't want the fire crystals. All right, well now we're getting into, you know, I think where we're at is I need to spend on these so I can unlock these 200 Thorns of Enigma. It's almost like wasteful, I think, to not. I need to open up How many more? 33 more. So that's a bunch of Gems of Enigma, but I think it's doable. And I think it's worth it because why give up these 200 Thorns of Enigma when I've spent all this much already on it? All right, let's see. Come on. No. I could have rolled the dice on that one, but I don't know. It hasn't been working that great. No, fire crystals. I will take the lucky hero gear chest, so you know what? Let's give this a whirl. Oh, we got a 20 in there? Alright, that's fine. I'll take it. Alright, I'll take the lucky hero gear chest. Well, I think this is the last 4 that I need to open. There we go. And we'll just take those. And then, you know, I'll grab these and grab the pet stuff, basically. That's what we're looking for tonight. I could actually grab the components since I'm trying to do some hero gear stuff. It's just not the best, necessarily the best value in here. But, and I know that we have new pets coming out soonish, so let's see. We'll do this. I just want a nice even number there. And then I'll do this up to the rest. I can't even, so I was able to buy it out. Yeah, all right, since it's a hero gear night tonight, I'm just going to grab some of these. Well, that's going to be a strange multiple too, so. All right, now I'll grab the rest here. And I still have more. All right. And let's see, what's left? I'll grab some fire crystals and some general speed up. Okay, so that clears that out. That's the Frosty Fortune. All right, so I think what we should do next is troops. I think troops is what makes sense next. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on with troops. I think I'm going to just do this at a ratio. Actually, before I do troops, let's take a look. Here's where state of power is. Claim this. Just take a look at the points. Yeah, so that little bit of work I did was only 300,000 points, basically. So now we'll come back to do some of this troops work. And I don't know, I think, let's see, we'll do the speed ups here. Now here's the thing, you know, if you're trying to be a little bit fast, you can spend the gems to do the training capacity enhancement, and it'll give you 2 hours. You don't really need it if you're not trying to rush something, but what it is nice for, one of the things I like to do, is before the end of this day, it gives you a way to have a extra capacity enhancement before the end of the day to take advantage of all these buffs going on. So since I'm president, I can pop that training and troop capacity enhancement anytime I want. So basically before the end of today, I'll make sure that before the next reset, I'll make sure that I pop this, spend the extra 3,000, and get one of them in queue for all of it. But for now, I don't really need to spend the gems. It just takes a little longer, so I'm just going to grind through this quick. If you don't like this type of stuff, you can skip through it. I get yelled at if I don't show it, so I know some people like it, some people don't. I'm just going to try to train these up at a ratio of 1 or 2 infantry, which I think I did one already, to 1 marksman. So 1, 2, and 1. 1, 2, and 1. 1, 2, and 1. Sorry if that's annoying. I'm just trying to keep track. 2, and 1 here. 2 here. And one here. And the main reason I'm doing some extra marksmen is so that I have extra for bear. 1, 2, and 1. Because really what I did notice is what some of y'all told me, is that you do, I don't know if I did 2, but if not, it's not a big deal. ID infantry. So I did run out of infantry at the last foundry, and you know, it is kind of obvious that that's what you burn through the most is infantry. Do 2 more. And I'm just going to do these. I'm going to burn the troops training speed ups only. And 2 over here and 1 over here. 2 over here. Almost out. 1 over here. 2 over here. And 1 over here. One over here. Oh, I think it just did 2. That's all right. 2 more over here. I did 3. All right, we've got to be getting close. Yeah, we're getting close. Let me do is just jam some infantry. Oh man, we have a lot to do. We have a lot more 5 minutes. I just did 2 and 2 a couple rounds. Grab some more of those. Maybe I'll do a ratio of 3 to 2 now. It doesn't matter too much. And you know what? Just to keep the ratio a little bit balanced, I'll do a couple. This isn't much, given all the rest I was doing, but I'll do a couple rounds of Lancers, just so I have the ratio. All right, getting closer. There we go. Couple more rounds of infantry. We're almost there. All right, gotta be close now. Yep, here we go. And now I'll just use, let's see. You know what, I'll just for this last round, I'll just use a little bit. And now we're done. So, let's take a look at what that looks like in power. All right, there's the power bump at 332 mil now. And let's take a look at what that looks like in troops. All right, we're at 2.3 mil troops now overall. And I got a mil of infantry and quarter mil of just about in marksmen. So that's a nice little troops push, but you know, is it real power? Is it fake power? You know, like, will I really need it? I don't know. I don't plan on doing that again. So for those of you who wanted to see it during SvS, there you go. There's the troops push. And what did it look like in terms of points? Let's take a look at that. All right. Well, it got me 10 mil points. So now I'm at 10 mil, and I haven't done the hero development yet. So now let's take a look at hero development. That's what we have left, right? We have widgets, essence stones, and mithril. And one thing for sure I can do is if we come in, we can use some essence stones to get the pop-up pack. But first, let's do an easier one. So I've been buying the widgets so that I can max out the widgets. So if we take a look, I think this is the last season 1 widgets that needs to be maxed. Or no, we have Molly as well. So let's make sure we do Molly first. So take care of Molly. And the main reason I'm doing this is just kind of like round out the account, and it's useful for multiple marches, basically. So that's Molly. And then we already have Geronimo, and we already have Zinman maxed out. So that just comes down to the Natalia. Been waiting patiently for this little push, just to max out these heroes. And there we go. All right, so now we got, take a look. We got Zinman's widget maxed, Molly's, Flint, season 2. Let's get into it. I think, well, let's take a look. Season 2, so Billy's already maxed, and Alonzo's already maxed. So all I got to worry about for these now is coming in here for Flint, and we'll grab that. All right, now Flint is maxed. So let's see where, I know orders shift around sometimes, so start here again and just look through them. Maxed, widget maxed, Greg is maxed, Logan is maxed, Alonzo's maxed, Mia's maxed, Geronimo's maxed, and that's what we got. So we got all of our widgets now maxed. So let's see what that looks like in terms of SvS points. All right. That was about 15 mil, like 4.7, 4.8 mil from just the widget work there. All right, so now we've got essence stones and mithril. And the one big push I wanted to do tonight, actually we need to go to the backpack first. So let's empty out the or let's do some little opening up stuff in the backpack. I only got 5 there. We'll clear this out. And put these in the tank. All right. Now, I'm going to do these 100 at a time just because I like to see it gets a little more obvious when I get lucky. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11. $12, 13, 14. So 14 in total. 14 mythic gears. Not bad. Out of only 900. Well, what was it? 902 or something? So not bad at all. I'll take it. So before I do anything else, I'm going to realign some gear. This is going to be a little bit of a long one tonight, a little bit grindy, but here's the thing. I want to make sure that when possible, I can get, I want to get purple gear on all of these heroes. So I'm going to try to realign so that I can release the mythic and just put purple gear on all the other heroes. So before I start chewing up the epic gear, we'll get that going. Remove this one and replace it with an epic. Hopefully I have enough to do this after spending all that. And we just need to make sure that everyone's epic.
It's not about what you do. Strength is about...
Is this one? No.
In the blink of an eye.
Hard for me to see these colors sometimes.
Any new weapon requests, friend? Hey, easy there. This
I
stuff...
hope I don't miss any.
Any new weapon request, friend?
All
Enough
right.
sitting around.
And
Drop something.
whoops. And I'm gonna come back through here,
It's moving.
I think, and just tap on them all and just make sure. Sorry you got to sit through that, but it's my color deficiency. Need to make sure I don't mess anything up.
As the
So
dawn breaks,
let's see. Well, I almost just gonna unequip all, but all right. Actually, I should do this while I'm in here. Just make sure they all say epic.
iron eagles,
And
and honor.
the same here. It's epic. Epic. Epic.
Warriors of Emerald Valley,
I'm gonna
unite!
put ball on this one. And those should all be epic. My eyes aren't deceiving me.
You do know.
All right, so I'm gonna leave the mythic gear on the SSR heroes basically, unless I really need to steal them.
Hello from the Dawn
And then-
Alliances.
Time to build.
Hello from the Dawn Alliances.
And anyone
Hello
who's
from
not
the Dawn-
SSR, then we go with the epic here, so I can reclaim my mythic. So make sure this is all epic, and then just verify the other ones that let's see, come back here.
It's been too long since my last weapon
So
prototype.
just make sure these are all epic.
Hello from the Dawn
I know,
Alliance.
we just tried that one, just did that one. Epic, 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 whoops. Epic. Epic, 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 epic.
Do our part.
It's not about what you do.
And make sure these are all epic.
What you will.
In the blink of an eye. Season.
Hey,
There we go.
this stuff. Any new...
Just want to make sure before I start chewing them up, I
Enough
didn't make
sitting
any
around.
mistakes.
Listen. As the dawn breaks, shines bright. Iron
right.
eagle.
Warriors
Looking
of Emerald
good.
Valley.
My eyes did not deceive me after all. I was
You
able
do
to tell
notice the
purple
artistry
from
of my
whatever that is,
technique,
teal or
don't
something.
you?
Okay, so with that done, now I have a bunch of components I can burn. And the main thing I wanted to do tonight was get this up as far as I can. So that's at plus 79 right now. Now we're going to get it to plus 80. Man, It's a lot of Mythic. Here we go. All right. And now enhance this. And here's where I thought I was going to end up. I really would like to get this to plus 100 tonight. And I think I have even, like if I were to look, yeah, I think I have the Mythic gear. I just need the components. So how many components am I going to need? I think I'm going to need about 70,000 components or so. So, you know, I could go to the standard shop, but we do have the bazaar sitting right here. All right, so here's the thing. If you look at the rate of the, you know, the gear that you get out of the Myriad Bazaar, and you compare it like what you would get to out of the standard deal, like, you know, it's night and day. Even though, you know, we're getting into the range where like they're optimizing other things, you can see here it's like only four of the Lucky Hero Gear chests with some components for $5. So this isn't even a rate of 1 per dollar. Whereas at least in the Myriad Bazaar, we're getting 1 per dollar. So if I spend $100, I will get 100 of these plus the components. And I'll also get some fire crystals and some other, you know, some speeds and some, and the island decorations with it. I don't want to be doing this tonight, but on the other hand, you know, this is one of the last few splurges I'm going to have. So enjoy it while it lasts, because I am seriously going back to budget spending next month. But I did say this is the last month I'm going to do stuff like this. And let's see what this results in. So I'm going to buy this. And what I'm going to do is let's see how much that lets. I think that'll maybe get me 2 more levels between the XP and the gear, because I think the gear roughly equates to like 6,000 to 7,000. So let's see. I'll put this in the bank. Let's see if I get any Mythic. Well, I will get Mythic out of this. Hey, all right. 3 pieces out of 100. That's really nice. So that was worth it. Now let's see what that translates to as far as how many components I can get in here. All right, so that got me 1 more level. Yeah, this is going to be an expensive night. So it's going to take a long time or a bunch of money, and I'm in the mood to spend the money tonight. So we're going to get another 100 here, and here we get a lot more fire crystals with this deal. And that's all. That's all we can do here. So I think that's only going to get me like 1.5 more level or so. Let's see. Put this in the tank. Grab this. Just one out of that one. Okay. Seem to be a lot more epic in this one though. All right.
You do notice.
See what happens. Yeah, 1.5 more levels out of that. So now we get to do the increasingly inefficient thing, whereas I want to grab more. Well, I could grab them this way. That's how many can I get there? 13. That's like, I don't know, another 6,000. But I like to save this for the chief stuff, so I'm not going to use that. And the other ones, it would take time to get them from Bear, and I can't get any more from VIP Shop. I already got the components out of that. So really that means the only thing left for me to do tonight, and I don't like being in this area, but, like I said, this is going to be one more night that I do this type of stuff. So let's see. Where'd they go? If this is painful to you, it's painful to me as well. This is like one of the not the best deals in the game here. At least it looks like it's scaling up the same way, so let's see how far that gets me.
You do notice the
97. We're at 97 now. Yeah, this is... And now we can go... All right, where'd you go? Down here. I'm going to buy up to the 50. Okay, now I also have to make sure I open up the packs. Now we're getting up to a more substantial number where this will matter. Hey, all right. Got another Mythic out of the 68. And now,
You do notice the
how close are we going to get? 98. Oh. So close. Well, I might not actually be able to get there tonight. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, well, I can. They give you enough. They give you enough that I can keep on buying at this inefficient rate, of course.
You do
Oh, let me open up the backpack. All right.
You do notice.
There we go. 99. And now, finally, we got the 100. No more enhancement can be done. Of course, we can do master forging. And we'll do that so that when I pop out of here, I should get the pop-up pack. And I'm going to buy this tonight as well. All right. That was a lot of spend, folks. That was a lot of spend for one night. That was not very efficient spending. I said, you know, might as well just whale out because I'm not going to be doing this anymore. So hope you enjoy the push because I won't be doing a lot of this going forward in the account. Things are changing as far as like work life and contracting opportunities. There we go. Another 2 Mythic. All right. So I'm going to be going on a much more strict budget. I'm going to be much more focused on being efficient once again. But right now, since I got one little more time to splurge, we might as well. All right. So if we take a look at what that did to the hero,
You do notice the artistry in my
that's looking pretty
technique,
nice
don't
now.
you?
And now the question is what to focus on next. I can continue to push some of the alternate gear here, which will be needed eventually, but I think it's going to be, you know, smarter ultimately to try to start pushing some of the other, you know, like the boots here, I think, so that I can go for the plus 60 attack next. So we'll grab these, and that's looks like all I'm going to be able to do tonight because I'm going to run out of mithril now. So now I'm going to be blocked on mithril once again. All right. I've done enough spending for tonight, so I'll just put those in the tank and that's it. So let's see. Where did that put me for SvS points? All right. I'm at 30 mil now. So that's not too bad. That's where we're sitting at 31 mil, I guess. Not too bad. And if we look at overall points, I did really good on Beast Day with all the charm gear. I still do have chief gear to do tomorrow. I did charms yesterday. Today's troops and hero, and I can do some more hero stuff tomorrow, maybe. I can do some more pet stuff tomorrow if I want to, but really tomorrow is going to be about my chief gear push. So stay tuned for that because that's going to be an interesting one as well. We are still not doing great for points. This means that across the state, we probably didn't do a great job of saving. I did as much as I could though. Let's take a look at I know if I don't do this, I tell people I don't really care so much about, you know, I care about how I'm building the account, not so much about the leaderboard. But if I don't show it, everybody asks me. So here's where we're sitting for personal power now after tonight's push. That's what things are looking like. Here's where things, let's see, heroes total power. It's looking like this after that push. Top hero power. And I think pet power and this other stuff doesn't really matter so much. That hasn't really changed. I didn't do anything more with it tonight. So that's where we stand. So that's a lot of account progress for one night, and that's a lot of money spent for one night. Let's go check in on VIP, and I think we're just about done. So we'll make these claims. Yeah, made sure all that's in the bank. we'll spin the wheel and see how many times it takes me to get a globe puzzle piece. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Well, you got to get lucky sometimes, and then you got to get not so lucky sometimes. So we'll put that in the tank. We are 43% of the way there. And for those of you who are saying, hey, there's more charm stuff you can get in the shop here. I just don't want to spend that much on this stuff right now. So I might actually come and get some more chief gear materials. But look, if I were to try to like buy this out, it would take 50,000 of my points. I could do it though. And it's, I kind of want to save it for the Mythic gear more than anything. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just kind of save it and just keep on buying the Mythic gear, because this is the stuff that's really hard to get. This other stuff I can get in other ways, but I am running out of it fast. So maybe I'll use it, but I think for the most part, I'm going to try to save it for the Mythic gear every week. So that's all I have for you tonight. But remember, there's a couple ways you can help me if you want to continue to see how this journey goes. You want to see the spending, although I am going to be curtailing my spending and being on a budget more going into the future. But if you want to help me out, there's a couple ways you can do that. First of all, one thing you can do is use the link in the video description to go to the official shop. If you're going to buy Frost Stars anyways, use my link instead. I'll get some coins from it as well. I'll get some Frost Stars from it as well. And then, you're just buying from the official store anyways, which is the only store I trust to buy in-game currency anyways. So just use that link and it'll help me out. The other thing you could do is you can like this video, and then you can subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll be one of the first to know about it. Thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, I'll see you later.